Vashyotpata Naravyagra Divyan Goman Sadaihika Darunan Shamshato Dura Ayam no Buddhi Mohanam Pashya Jasi Utpatan disturbances. Naravyagra woman of tiger-like strength. Divyan happenings in the sky or by planetary influence. Bhauman happenings on the earth. Sadaihika happenings of the body and the mind. Tarunan awfully dangerous. Shamshataha indicating Adura in the near future. Bhayam danger. Naha our Buddhi intelligence. Mohanam deluding. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Just see, O man with a tiger's strength, how many miseries due to celestial influences, earthly reactions and bodily pains, all very dangerous in themselves, are foreboding danger in the near future by deluding our intelligence. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Material advancement of civilization means advancement of the reactions of the threefold miseries due to celestial influence, earthly reactions and bodily or mental pains. By the celestial influence of the stars, there are many calamities like excessive heat, cold, rains or no rains, and the after effects are famine, disease and epidemic. The aggregate result is agony of the body and the mind. Man-made material science cannot do anything to counteract these threefold miseries. They are all punishments of the superior energy of Maya under the direction of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, our constant touch with the Lord by devotional service can give us relief without our being disturbed in the discharge of our human duties. The Asuras, however, who do not believe in the existence of God, make their own plans to counteract all these threefold miseries, and so they meet with failures every time. The Bhagavad Gita clearly states that the reaction of material energy is never to be conquered because of the binding effects of three modes. They can simply be overcome by one who surrenders fully in devotion under the lotus feet of the Lord. Presents the Bhaktivedanta purport. This shloka is continuation of how Yudhishthira Maharaj is getting to know. The chapter only says it's a disappearance of Lord Krishna. But he knows actually what is happening, and but he really doesn't want to accept it. Like many of us also know what is happening to us in our life, but we are not ready to accept it. So here Prabhupada in the purport is quoting the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in the 14th shloka, that Daiviyesha Gunamahi Amamaya Duratyaya. So Daiviyesha Gunamahi means that this energy of the Lord is very difficult to overcome. Daiviyesha Gunamahi Mamamaya Duratyaya. Duratyaya is very, very difficult to overcome. But so the solution also in the next shloka, same shloka, Krishna says that Mameva hi prapadyante mayametam tarantite. This is what is to be done. There is no other way how to come out of these three miseries. Tapatraya. Tapatraya means threefold miseries. Sufferings from body. Here also they are saying, just see, O man with a tiger's strength. Very significant it is. Whom to he is speaking? Bhima. Yudhishthira Maharaj is speaking to Bhimasena. Bhimasena is having strength of 10,000 elephants. Imagine nowadays whenever there is a television show or some entertaining shows, people come tourists. There are Rajasthan trains, special trains put to Mathura, Jaipur. They have, so when foreign tourists come, they take them to an area where people can show some special talent. What is the talent? Maybe with they tie something to their head or tongue or to their hair. They pull a car with their hair. They say, wow, kya strength. Or they make elephants do some big gymnastics. Or sometimes they make them eat with so many things and they show, ah, kya khata hai. And they show it's a big talent. So if you see Bhimasena, he was also called Vrukodaraha. Why? Ferocious eater. So if you want to do something, activity, you should do it not in a small scale. Hiranyakashipu, not an ordinary demon. Hiranyaksha, not an ordinary demon. Prabhupada says, sometimes the demons were there long ago. और वो लोग क्या करते थे? That they could take the planetary systems which are moving, take that and put it in water. Like children can take some flower. I was seeing children when they are playing outside. They take flowers. Hey, pani mein dalo. They can go and put it in water. So some demons, वो लोग था long back. What they were doing? They could take a planet, put it in water. Dal. Now they are not there. But if you are to become even like a demon, you should aim to be like that. Not ordinary demon. Not pickpocket. Whole day, yesterday we had some meetings, some seminars on how to run organization, this, that. Every minute, every 1 hour, every half an hour, everybody is, they are getting messages. Oh, kasab chala gaya. Kasab chala gaya. The whole world is talking about India is about one terrorist. Why? He became famous. So if you are anything big, you get recognized, whether good or bad. So in this world, people want to come and show some cheap tricks, either in Agra tourism or Rajasthan tourism, some cheap tricks. But Bhimasena was able to eat the food of 10,000 elephants, means how much he can also eat? He can eat like that, Vrukodara. He can fight. Although he is compared to elephants and all, why tiger can kill an elephant, no? Or lion can kill an elephant? Or whatever comparison they are giving. So he was having so much of strength that if he wants, he can, just like a tiger can prey its enemies, Bhimasena could kill his enemies. In the previous shloka, that they are talking about how, what and all may happen, the problems. In the future also they will start speaking about it. That how the Kala can influence anybody. Any strong person can get influenced. Somebody may be practicing a very big martial arts, or somebody may be an expert singer, somebody may be a very big pandit. Suddenly कुछ याद नहीं आता. We forget. Why? We are influenced by Kala. We are influenced by higher planetary systems. Our whole body is not in our own control. So this itself is an indication for us to show how that this body is not permanent, it's not ours. We want to be always very independent from this body, in enjoyment. But when it comes to miseries, we are not very ready. We say, I don't want this body. When it is miseries. When we came to Vrindavan, everybody were giving nice kheer, samosas, kachoris, we were all eating. Bahut acha tha. And suddenly cough came. Our body is a lot of problems, disturbance. We are not very happy with our body condition when it is not well. When it is very well, I am the body. I want to feel I am the body. When it is not well, you want to feel I am not the body. That's why sometimes material miseries also are good for spiritual life. So here they are saying in the translation that how many miseries due to celestial influences, earthly reactions and bodily pains. Everything, they are saying, all very dangerous in themselves. Any one thing is sufficient. Celestial influences are what? Tsunami. Then what is the latest cyclone? Yesterday, Vizag, somebody was saying, there they got some cyclone. It was some Neelam cyclone. Each place was one cyclone. That New York some cyclone, what was that cyclone? Sandy cyclone. Some name, acha naam is. Yeah. So you can have some names for that. One is sufficient to finish off. So if you have a big cyclone, they may say, how you are undisturbed in that cyclone? So what America did for Sandy cyclone, how they managed, the Facebook they are exchanging, it seems. I hope you are all safe. So then somebody is saying that actually we were walking. I never knew that there was a Sandy cyclone. So we are all safe. But the people who are really affected by it, they don't have even a house. They don't have food. Imagine in America there is no electricity, what will happen? Why America? Vrindavan if you have no electricity. So when there are so much of problems, but in the Facebook what is happening? Sab theek hai. Somewhere somebody who is promoting for donation or to get some support, technical support and all, will say there is some problems. But overall, actually nobody talks about American calamities. Because for us America means it's like Swarga, heaven. America means everything positive only we should see. We never knew that there are whirlwinds and lot of things which just come like that. And it comes in such speed that people, there is no houses, house also it will go away. In India, if you would have not seen such violent reactions. Why is that? Anybody can guess. Why in the US and all, or in the other part of the world, in the Western world, when there are calamities, especially from the nature, why it is so like ferocious? Here they are saying, Daruna, awfully dangerous. Because they are directly harming the cows. Right? They are killing. And Krishna is Go Brahmanya Hitayacha. And the miseries are so much by itself, it's so much of pain it is creating for the cows. So we all automatically get the reaction also like that. They have acres of land left. Any cows, it's not that they are taking care of cows. Nobody is doing agriculture. Now also if you do have something in cities, nobody wants to do any agriculture. If you have a lot of land in the US and all, or in Africa, everywhere, they give it away. There they go and graze, and they become fat. After that they send for slaughterhouses. Nobody wants to really go and work. That's what is that industry called? Cattle industry. So they have a lot of cattle industries. They are not interested really in trying to take care of cows as such. In cities we have huge houses, apartments, huge jobs, people sitting on chairs, computers, but there is no food to eat. What you have to eat? Bread piece. Top of that one pizza, regular coffee, chai. How much you are earning, but what you have to eat? Only that bread piece, that's all. That is the quota for everybody. And other side, our Vedic culture used to say you can nicely eat, take proper rest, be healthy. In village sites and we are traveling Govardhan or anywhere we can see, whoever are there in their own way, what are the remnants there, we can see all problems also, to take it positively for us. That everybody who used to be in villages, they used to have no digestive problems. Right? Tapatraya means body, suffering from the body also. If you are collaborating with the Krishna's plan, how this body should be handled? According to Varnashrama, according to the Guna Karma. Our karma, our activities, our gunas should be properly matching to this body and the society. So if your body, person who is to eat properly, in the fields, they used to go pass their stool or clear their bowls, they used to come back, whole day no problem for them. Now we have very high class toilets, right? In cities and all, in the model of an apartment you can see first class arrangements and food arrangements, but you can't eat or not clear your bowls. This is modern civilization. Modern civilization means you are given so much of facilities, but you cannot have some basic needs done. That's why Tapatraya. Tapatraya is how you wanted to have some luxury. Tapatraya, to get out of these three kind of miseries from mind, body. But the sufferings will be increasing only. The more you do adjustment, the more it will actually get into problem. So you have to do some kind of tapasya. Little tapasya. Prabhupada says just like, not too much of tapasya. Like in summer we have to go and cook. That is also one kind of tapasya. Then in winter we take bath. We don't like to take bath, but we take bath. So that is also little tapasya. In the medical science they say that in winter, when you take bath, how your skin, your internal body system, it regenerates. And we are too much only in like this, sitting or sleeping. And generally, if you take the analysis of how many times in India we take bath, at least daily once we take bath. Sometimes students, they don't take bath, I think, college days, maybe 10 days, then 3 days. If you go to much more higher culture, our westernized culture, they don't take bath sometime for a month also. They analyzed in UK that I think they don't change their bed sheet for 1 year. Bed sheets are there for 1 year. Bed sheet means the dress also they don't change for 1 year. So can you imagine if they are not changing their dress for 1 year or so. Maybe they'll have 3-4. That's why anything you do, Prabhupada says that if you do like a style, it is accepted in the society. कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, क्या है style. So that's why jeans pant you can wear. Why? It will not get dirty also, no problem. Fashion. You tear little, it will और भी अच्छा fashion. So Prabhupada talks about his days when Prabhupada was in very young. There was some picture played, some English movie was played, and Prabhupada was watching that show. In that show, that one man, he wanted to go to a party, and some children, they will be playing, no? Sitting from backside and doing something, some fun they want to do. So what they were doing, when some 2-3 people are sitting in the park, that person, they tied something to that person, to his back. And when he got up, his pant or shirt got tore. I don't know what was exact, I don't remember. Then there was a dance, and they were all dancing. These children are all watching the fun, because backside is torn. So everybody are watching and laughing. So this person realized, the person who was dancing in the show, he said, don't you know this is the latest fashion? So somebody else also tore their back. Oh, this is fashion. Again somebody else tore the back. So everybody tore their back and they thought this is fashion. So Prabhupada says, anything in this world you propagate it, it will become fashion. So people want to be dirty as a fashion. आप लोग कितना बजे उठते हैं? Generally 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. It's fashion. Because I agree. Anything you agree, no, it becomes like a fashion. How many wives you are having? Legally one. Some friends say, yeah. It's a fashion. Anything you present in a very nice way. Prabhupada says in the first canto of Bhagavatam, by propaganda, any 10th class fellow also can be propagated as a first class man. So you should have propaganda of Krishna conscious always like that. Otherwise we'll also get carried away by propaganda. We'll always discuss about something. Oh, this fellow, that fellow. Something we'll feel it is very nice. Somebody, some hero has very nicely presented a style. We'll think, oh, it's very nice. Actually, who are our heroes? We also have our heroes. The great acharyas are our heroes. Why we wear tilak? Like some hero or heroine has a one kind of hairstyle, everybody will follow. Uska fan hai. They are putting their hairstyle like this, they are also, oh, uska fan hai, bahut acha lagta hai. And we are also following a fan, like fanism we are following, not fanatism. We are fans. We should not become fanatics. Fanatic means he is a little lunatic also. Only fans. We are not only fans, we are followers also. That's why we have to follow. They do it, their fans. Like I saw a big wall clock of Tendulkar, and there are so much of fans of Tendulkar. I am seeing them from past 15 years. Anywhere they see only Tendulkar photos were there. Recently we visited their house and Tendulkar has gone. To Tendulkar, your heart and soul was Tendulkar. What happened? Time chala gaya usko. अभी एक और हीरो आया. Other Tendulkar fans are feeling bad. That how come Tendulkar? अभी भी है वो. Cannot say like that. So some genuine people, some ungenuine. But as time passes away, they will go away. One more new hero will come. But we are not just like that. Some fans. We are fans of. We are followers also. You cannot say we are only fans. Why we keep tilak? I told you. Because we are followers of acharyas. Why Prabhupada says that you can have a shika for other devotees, shaven head you can have? Because we follow them. We can feel proud about it. When Prabhupada went to the West, they had only some South Africans who were painting on their heads, or Red Indians who were painting on their heads. they had a tribal kind of perception about people the way they look. If somebody wears, they say some clay on their, or some arrow mark, because they are all always, they have seen tribals like that, because basically if you go to the other south of the American or the coast or anywhere, they see that most of them are, if you see the real origins of Americans, they were all mostly either Eskimos or Red Indians. So they have only that kind of color. So imagine when Prabhupada went and he is asking somebody to keep tilak. So how people also would have seen them as some tribals or something like that? No, but because of following Prabhupada, devotees were able to go and present in any universities, in any colleges, anywhere with the same tilak. We feel so odd when in college days or some of our students will be coming there, say, जब मंदिर में है तो हम तिलक लगाएंगे. After that we don't require. Maybe it is true in some cases, but consciously what happens is we want to differentiate. We want to be there. So मंदिर में you have to be like a sadhu. College में हमको college hero बनना है. So it's it's a fact. If you are doing a preaching, it may require some things like that. But we are very cautious, over cautious. But maybe this tilak will alarm others. I remember, especially young girls who are going to the colleges from family and relatives and friends. So they used to always come and say to their elders, they used to say that it was very helpful for us, this tilak. Any young boys, the moment they see with tilak, they will feel, oh, let us better be a little far away. So what a kind of protection. In all ways it is helpful. This tapatraya or moolanam, if you try our own ways, it will not help. But small tilak. You are going in a train, you are chanting, some fellow think, ye bekar ka hai, better leave him. You will avoid unnecessary wrong association, you can avoid. Some good people only will come and talk to us. Suppose you are not there with us, other crazy fellows also will come and talk. Suppose you are having a service, okay, let me go and mix with them and doing with all risk and you are authorized, that's all right. But in general, we should never underestimate Vaishnava culture. Underestimating itself is, we are making our philosophy inferior. When Prabhupada is going and talking in the West, he never saw India is a poor country, so now we are going and talking in a country where all big people. Prabhupada recognized that. Also he recognized when Prabhupada is there in the Jaladuta ship, he is talking. He also recognized that how these people are carried away by matter. Carried away by matter. Matter means carried away by Maya. In this world, everybody thinks that this world is all in all. And this body can give me maximum enjoyment. In the Western world, if you are a 10 years, 12 years old boy, or you are coming up to teenage, they will say, Abhi, now what you want to do? You don't have friends? They want to send them away with their own girlfriend or boyfriend. So there is no protection. So they think all is all. My body is all in all. Prabhupada knew this. Prabhupada was saying, praying to Krishna in the Jaladuta ship, in this world people are all in bodily identification. Why have you bring me to this place? Prabhupada was here in Vrindavan. Right? And from here he went to a place where people are only in bodily concept of life. When Prabhupada brought back some Westerners here and they were all going for a morning walk with Prabhupada. So Prabhupada used to always make them also admire and that whenever they walk, they remember the Lord's name. You would have heard on Prabhupada conversation. Prabhupada is talking in Vrindavan and morning walk and going. Backside somebody is singing a song and going in a cycle. So Prabhupada translates that song and says, वो लोग क्या गा रहे हैं? You know what they were singing? That is dunya, I don't want anybody but only you, my Lord. So that kind of feeling, it is there in the part of the culture in Vrindavan in India. But Prabhupada very well knew that he is going to a culture where they had no feelings for culture. Their culture was only to do eating, sleeping, mating and different. That kind of culture. If you are not doing, then they are considered to be insane people. So to that culture, Prabhupada, when he is preaching, he is talking not from external side. When you are talking to somebody, we see external first. Or maybe he is an American. We have to see, but I am just saying, but we identify everybody only with the bodily identification. Maybe he is very educated, he is not educated. But when Srila Prabhupada speaks, you are speaking to the within the heart. From the soul platform, he was talking. So if we want to come out of Tapatraya and preach the same feeling to others, first we should have that feeling. For us to have the feeling. So in Vrindavan, Prabhupada was, I was discussing last time with devotees in ashram. We had a small discussion, group discussion. In that we were talking about how Prabhupada was very particular in Vrindavan. Devotees who are staying in Vrindavan and being as part of Vrindavan, that they should not commit offences. Right? And that's the reason we know Prabhupada says why there are so many animals in dhams. Why? We do dham aparadha. Because dham has a kind of potency. It can purify us. So we are in dham, we should not commit dham aparadha. So Prabhupada wanted devotees in the dham to be more exemplary. You have to follow something. And even when somebody visits Vrindavan and goes back, they also should be taken an example. And Prabhupada especially was very concerned about devotees, the way they represent him, his institution. If you see now, whenever we go around in Vrindavan, the Brajavasis, they are very respectful to a sadhu. But if we are imitating sadhu, but we are not sadhu, people can make out. And Prabhupada was very much particular about the attire, the dress we wear, the way we speak. Prabhupada talks about the other Mayavadi missions. They were able to preach this just because of the dress what they are wearing. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj introduced the Varnashrama type of system in our organization or in our Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Otherwise, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, you don't have to wear any particular kind of dress. Why he introduced this color? Why are we wearing this color? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj introduced this Varnashrama type of culture within Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Before that, even up to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Brahmachari or Sannyasa was not very much prevalent in Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Only Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj introduced in Gaudiya Mat this kind of system. That is because the Mayavadi sannyasis or Mayavadi missions or atheistic societies also were wearing this kind of dress. after wearing this dress, they were influencing people's mind. It is true even in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's case. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disciples were not respecting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was talking about very high principles of bhakti in connection with Krishna. They started criticizing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu once, because those days, students and teachers, there were no much difference. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was hardly 16 years old when he opened a school in Navadvip. 16 years old boy. And he knew all Panditya. And people who used to come to the school, not that they were only 2 years old kids. They were also 12 years, 14 years, or almost his age people also used to come. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to come and preach the highest philosophy. Right? So he is giving the philosophy of Gopi Bhattapada Kamalayor Dasa Dasa Anudasa, that kind of philosophy. And these people were mostly, Nadia was a seat of learning, of Sanskrit and all. And here is somebody who is coming and talking about Gopi, Vrindavana, Bhakti and all that. So they were taking it very offensively, and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was calling Gopi and all, Vrindavana, they started preaching him Bhagavad Gita. Even one more devotee also, previously to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his guru was Ishwara Puri. His guru was Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri's one more disciple was, who was offending, Ramachandra Puri. Ramachandra Puri was a very head-weighted fellow. He was when his spiritual master, Madhavendra Puri, was in his last days. He is talking, Krishna, when will you take me back to Godhead? Oh, Vrindavana, where is Mathura? When I can do service? So he was preaching to his spiritual master. My dear spiritual master, you should not lament lips. Krishna has told in Bhagavad Gita that you should not lament. Na shochati, na kankshati. So they were underestimating their spiritual master's feelings. Similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disciples also were like that. Not disciples, the students, the Sanskrit students in his school. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, I have come here to give such a great message. Such a great message. And if they don't agree me, then what I will do? Then he thought, let me take sannyasa. That is where, and those days, socially, a sannyasi was respected. Socially. He took sannyasa so that socially people will agree him. See how the principle, either those days Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, same principle Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur applied. But the Mayavadis are taking advantage of people's sentiment. Socially this dress is respected. So he introduced in the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, the Gaudiya Mata. So Prabhupada wanted in Vrindavan people who are wearing this kind of dress, either orange color or white color or any color, that we also follow that respect of what people are seeing. A sadhu or a person who is chanting, that they have to have a particular kind of way of behavior. We should also be able to behave in such a way that Prabhupada wanted his respect. Prabhupada was respected everywhere in the society. He wanted his disciples to keep up that respect. So we also should be very careful. One thing is not to do any dhamapara. Another thing is, as Prabhupada wanted, either we are in Vrindavan or any part of the world, that we should be able to represent this culture, Vaishnava culture, which was so humanitarian. It was part of the world. And here we see that whatever we become like tiger-like people also. Like Bhimasena was like a tiger-like person. But he is saying where this fear is coming from. There are so many dangers which can come any time. What is that they are saying? Earthly reactions. Earth also we are going on digging it. What earthly reactions you will get? Celestial influences. What and all we will have? Bodily pains. I am coughing. Somebody is doing something. Somebody has a headache. Bodily pains. It will continue. Tapatraya will be there. But if you don't work, recently in discussion what I was saying in that Prabhupada in his last days, right now we are discussing, that he had so much of pain in his body, that Kavirajas who used to come and test his pulse, they say that any ordinary person would have not been able to tolerate so much of pain. His whole body, if you see somebody goes and put a stethoscope and see how much is his heartbeat. Somebody goes and touches his nerves or pulse and see what is the pain somebody is getting. The pain, suppose somebody has some 10% pain, he cannot tolerate of that kind of pain. Prabhupada was having full percentage, 100% of that kind of pain. And you can see Prabhupada in that final days, his consciousness of talking Bhagavatam. And he is showing an example in his final days how with all those also you can still aspire to become Krishna conscious, because there is no other way. When we get problems, we always see material solutions. When you get any problem, we see only material solutions. We don't never see spiritual solution. It's the first thing which comes is material solution. Then comes spiritual solution. It should be the other way around. Yesterday Madhapanik was saying, you have to tie the horse in front of the carriage, not backside of the carriage. All your ideas or anything, your spirituality should be in the front. Very good discussion. If you are not having, then what is the use? Your carriage should be in the back coming with whatever, your horse you should never leave. Your main thing is your spiritual life. You can have different carriages. Queen Victoria had a very wonderful carriage in Calcutta, big one. But all things should be in the back of the horse, and horse should lead it. If you decorate a very nice carriage backside and there is no horses, horse is there, backside is there. Kuch problem, we have some problems. We see what, first let me see my material solution. What is my material solution? तबीयत ठीक नहीं है. What you have to do? Gymnasium. Even there also there are certainly you have to get. There are certainly also there are different levels. You have to see how you have to get well. So it is said tapatraya. In Ayurveda what they talk? Kapha, Pitta and Vayu or Vitta they say. These three things they are very balanced when your mind is peaceful. Sometimes because of our mind getting disturbed only, you get a lot of problems. That's why in cities there are more diseases. It's not that only that it comes, physically also it comes, but they are in different platforms. So finally, if you have spiritual solution, some problem comes, we think now how I have to get out of this by material problems. You have to see from spiritual. So even a tiger cannot do anything. And at the end of this translation, they are all forbidding danger in the near future by deluding our intelligence. It is said, Adurat Bayam Naha Buddhi Mohanam. Durat means very far away. In this world we think danger comes out dur hai. Dura, still time is. But it is not Durat, it is Adurat. Very nearby. These dangers can come to us any time. And Buddhi Mohanam. Mohanam means what? It is deluding. It covers up. When you are, even when you are a very good singer or very good, some small thing you will never remember. I am singing so nicely, suddenly I will not remember. Because intelligence comes from within. So Krishna gives the intelligence and forgetfulness. What is that shloka? Mattas pratir jnanam apohanam cha. Both remembrance and forgetfulness comes from Krishna. So if you want to remember something spiritually, then you should take only spiritual help from Krishna. Maybe materially you may remember everything. You may plan very excellently how to do this, that. Because based on your karma, you will remember everything. But if you want to get some spiritual gain, then you should ask help from only Krishna and his representatives. Nobody can help us materially. So if you want spiritual help, then you should go to Krishna and his devotees and pray in any part of our life, Krishna, now I am in this situation, please help me. Then Krishna will open the path. A spiritual help means you are, up till now you are only thinking about my enjoyment. Now, but you are never getting enjoyment. When you think only my enjoyment, you will never get my enjoyment. Even materially speaking, enjoyment means always with others. That's why Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita is worrying about all these people getting killed. Even in material world you want your friends, relatives, otherwise you can never enjoy. So after getting frustration in all levels materially, even high level material enjoyment, even Arjuna is saying that even if I get a Swarga, there also I will not be happy. Means even up to that enjoyment, still there is something connected to God, Krishna. Only there you get satisfaction. Here you may be getting, there is lobha, you are greedy about it, but you will never get it. I want to take 10 rasgullas, but after taking the 10 rasgulla, I don't have the taste of taking the 10 rasgullas. That wanting is there, no? That gets satisfied only by spiritual. And whatever show we make spiritually, we will never get satisfied until we taste it. Stop. Srila Prabhupada.